Hello, I'm Rabbi Katz, and I have a story to tell you. Once there lived an old woman named Hannah. She lived in a small house in a tiny village where she sold candlesticks in the marketplace. No one in the village really knew much about Hannah. It seemed as if she had lived forever and sold her candles forever. She was a hard woman, not an easy woman to talk to. But if anyone had looked through the window of her home on Friday night, they would have seen her lighting candles and seen the light flowing like streams into the world and into the hearts of all the people. In the same village, there lived a young girl named Rena. Tragically, her parents had been killed in an accident when she was 7. She missed them deeply, but she especially missed lighting Shabbat candles with her mother on Friday nights. Every Friday night, the two of them would stand side by side and kindle their candles, and they would gather up the light and offer prayers and make wishes. Rena tried to light candles with her Aunt Bracha, but her Aunt Bracha was not the same. She would light the candles, say the blessings, and then go on to something else. Rena tried to light candles on her own like she did with her mother, but it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. And so she stopped trying, and she was sad. Now, on Thursday afternoons, it was Rena's job to go into the marketplace to buy candles, and the only person she could buy candles from was Hannah. And Hannah was always brusque. "How much money do you have?" Hannah would say, and Rena would show her her money, and "That's not enough for those candles." Well, Rena would say, "I'll take any candles that you can say I can afford." "Oh, so now you don't want good candles for Shabbat?" "Well, I do want good candles. I care. I do. Yes, I want them." And so it went. Every week, a difficult scene. But on one particular Thursday, Rena arrived earlier than usual to the marketplace, and there were not many people around at all. Hannah looked around. Then she beckoned Rena to come close. Rena came close, and Hannah looked around again, and then she said, "Can you come over to my house this Shabbat evening?" And the moment she said that, her eyes softened. Rena was amazed. Stop with that open mouth, Rena. Can you come over to my house?" Well, Rena said, "Well, I have to ask my aunt." "Well, so though, go then. Go ask." Rena ran home and told her Aunt Bracha about Hannah's invitation. "Well," said her aunt, "if Hannah has invited you, then you must go." Rena raced back to the marketplace. She ran up to Hannah. "I can come," she said. "I can come. I can come." "Good," said Hannah. "Bring those candlesticks with you." And once again, Hannah's face became brusque and pinched, and she said, "Now, go home, go home." The next day, Rena did not know what to expect. She knew of no one who had ever been inside Hannah's house. She was scared, and she was excited. She didn't even know if Hannah would be nice or not. Rena got into her best Shabbat dress. She picked up her candles. She kissed her Aunt Bracha goodbye. She said Shabbat Shalom, and then she was off. On her way to Hannah's house, she picked up some flowers to give to Hannah when she arrived. She reached the door and she knocked nervously. "Come in," shouted Hannah from upstairs. The door is open. The door is open." Rena entered slowly. Put the flowers on the vase in the mantel," shouted Hannah. Rena looked around. Hannah wasn't downstairs. How did she know that she had brought flowers? Rena began to take the vase from the shelf, and a moment later, Hannah appeared at the top of the stairs. Rena stared in amazement. Hannah was dressed in a white flowing dress, and her face seemed to shine. And she was beautiful. Hannah glided down the steps. "Shabbat Shalom," she said to Rena. Rena couldn't get any words to come out of her mouth. She just stared in wonder. She said, "Rena, close your mouth," said Hannah. And Rena did. "Come," said Hannah. "It's time to light Shabbat candles. And when I light them, I want you to watch me very carefully and do just what I do. And when I finish, you will light your 2 candles and gather up the light 3 times and close your eyes. And then when you say the blessing, let every word sing its own song. When you are finished, do not uncover your eyes. Wait and look at the light within you and see what you can see. And then make 3 wishes from your heart, prayers, one for the whole world, one for your family, and then one especially for yourself. And when you feel my hand on your shoulder, then you can uncover your eyes." But Rena said, "What if I make a mistake? What if I don't remember exactly what you said?" "Don't worry," said Hannah. "Don't worry. Whatever you do will be right. And when I am finished, I will nod my head, and you will begin to light your candles." Hannah struck her match, lit her candles, gathered the light, and sang the blessing. And when she finished, she nodded her head, but she did not uncover her eyes. Rena struck her match and lit her candles, and began gathering up the light. And as she began to gather up the light, she remembered her mother and how they had kindled candles together. And every word of her blessing was a word that sang its own song. And when she finished, it seemed to Rena, it seemed to her that light was flowing out from the candles and out of her fingers, through the windows, and into the hearts of all the people, filling them with light. And she wished that the whole world would be filled with the light of Shabbat. And She wished that for the world, and she wished that her parents were there and they could see her and she could see them, even though she knew that that was impossible. And she wished for herself that the new girl at school would be her friend. Then she felt the gentle touch on her shoulder and she opened her eyes and Hannah's face was glowing and it radiated with love. And Rena thought of her own mother again. And tears began to well up in her eyes, and Hannah wiped the tears away. And Hannah held her close. "Did you see anything?" Hannah said. Well, Rena said, this may sound funny, but go on, said Hannah. Well, Rena said, I saw the light coming out of the candle, like streams of light, as if it were coming out of the candles and out of my very fingers. And they flowed out of the house, like through the windows and into the person and filled every person with light. That's what I saw. And it was very, very beautiful. And it made me remember how I used to light candles with my mother. And we would say that we were sending light out from our family and to the our friends in the world, but I actually never saw the light actually go out into the people. I never saw that. And Rena said, is that okay? And Hannah said, yes, that's okay. And that is why I have chosen you. Rena said, she asked, chosen me? Yes, said Hannah, I have chosen you to be the next candle maker of light. Oh, what do you think, Rena? Rena lowered her eyes. Then she looked up, and then she smiled. Well, for the first time since my parents died, said Rena, I don't feel the pain quite as much, and I think that someday I can be happy again. With you, I can light the Shabbat candles like I kindled them with my mother. But, Hannah, I have one worry. When I sell candlesticks in the marketplace, do I have to be mean like you? Hannah laughed. She said, no. She said, you will find your own way. And I'm sure that when you sell candlesticks, you will do so with love and with joy. And so it came to pass. Hannah lived to see Rena married. And when Hannah died, Rena and her husband moved into Hannah's house. And Rena became the new candle maker of light. By day, she sold candlesticks in the marketplace. And when people came to her, she spoke to them with warmth and with love. And all who came to her house for Shabbat learned how to gather the light and let each word of the blessing sing itself within their hearts. And all who came to Rena's home learned how to send the light of Shabbat out into the world, into the hearts of all the people. That's my story of the candle maker of light. I hope that you like it. This is Rabbi Katz. Have a great day.